Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. If you are new here, my name is Shan from HomeWithShan over on Instagram. I do lots of motherhood and lifestyle kind of content, but I also love budgeting, and let's face it, this year has been crazy for a lot of us in terms of like money and expenses and everything. And I thought, you know what, I have actually just moved house, a lot of my bills and things have changed, and also I have recently changed jobs, and a lot has changed for me this year, like with YouTube and stuff. That is an additional income that is slightly more than it was before. So I basically just wanted to reevaluate my budget, because I do a yearly budget every single year on YouTube. I do a video for it and I have a spreadsheet and I go through my incomes, my outgoings, my expected incomings and outgoings anyway, and basically try and like work off of that. And I do sell that spreadsheet over on Etsy. It's, I think, on there for like £3 if you wanted to download it, and I'll link it down below and everything. And it's so helpful for basically managing your money and making sure you know where everything's going, what you're spending your money on, and how much you got left over at the end of the month to keep you like on track. But like I said, a lot has changed for me, so I've basically made a new kind of spreadsheet just for the rest of this year, and then I'm going to recreate my like yearly spreadsheet at the end of the year for 2023 to get financially fit for the new year. But for now, I just need to like get my bearings and basically run through everything from like September to December. I know September is already gone, but I just wanted to show you like what my incomings and outgoings are doing and how they're fluctuating month by month. So let's crack on, let's get into it, and I'm just going to basically go through everything, show you my expenses, my incomings, and where I try and allocate my money. I've also got some really helpful apps that I use for like saving and stuff like that. If you're trying to like save for set things, I'll show you what I do, and then yeah, we can go from there. Okay, so we are starting afresh from September to December. I've made a slightly different spreadsheet to the one you would have seen on my channel previously. I used to have all of my incomings and outgoings in one like seamless chart, which is the one that you can download on Etsy if you've got like one or two incomes that you want to have on one chart. But for me, what I do is separate them now, because I've got basically my living expenses, like the things that I need, like my bills, my mortgage, all of those kind of things in one side of the spreadsheet, which is my like essentials, and then I've got my sort of savings on a separate like kind of spreadsheet. It's on the same spreadsheet, but you can see that it's slightly separate. The reason I've done that is because I have two incomes. I have my salary from my part-time job, which is like 4 days a week, which is in September it was 17,000, I wish, £1,733, and then it's going up in October to 1,800, only a slight increase, but it makes a difference. So that is like my kind of salary that I get after tax and everything. That's what comes into my bank every single month. On the 31st or like the first of the month, that is what I definitely get. So that is what I rely on for my expenses, like my mortgage, my childcare bill, like everything like that. And then on the other side of the spreadsheet, you can see that I've got like budget for saving and for like the nice to haves, and that is basically what I use my side hustle money for. So that's anything that I get from YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I thought I would just run through everything and we'll go from there. So I'm going to start on the essential side, because I feel like that's probably the most relevant to most of you guys. So like I've said here, I've put in my salary, and that is like what comes into my bank every single month, and that's what I expect to get for the rest of the year. This total amount here is actually because if I've actually hidden like the rest of the months just here, so like we don't have to look at those months. Basically, I'm just going to hide those cells again, but so that's like the total amount that I've made this year after tax from my salary job, like my proper 9-to-5 job. So yeah, anyway, let's get into mortgage and overpayments and all that kind of stuff. I'm basically going to go through all of my direct debits on my joint account. So what we do for like this section here, the expenses, how my husband and I split it basically is we pay 50-50 straight down the middle for everything in this category. So like living costs that come out of our joint account, we transfer X amount of money every single month to the joint account, and then that's where these bills come out from. My share, this is going to be just my share of the mortgage, for example, I know is £490 now that we've moved house. So that is going to be the same for the rest of the year and thereafter. That's a lot more than we were paying in our previous house, but we've just got a big mortgage, so that means the repayments are more. And then we are trying to overpay on the mortgage as well. At the moment, we wanted to pay £50 a month, but you'll see, actually, it kind of just hasn't worked out that we've got enough left over, especially where Christmas is coming up and stuff. So we're going to leave the overpayments this year and then pick those back up in 2023. But it is if you have the opportunity to overpay on your mortgage, it's so worth it. Even if it is just like £50 each a month, it makes a massive difference on how much you end up repaying. But yeah, it's just a bit tight at the moment, so it is not the priority. Everything else on this list is the priority. So we're just gonna move on to food, which we both put in £200 a month for food, and that covers everything, anything that basically we would get from a supermarket. So it's not just food, it's also like washing up powder, like shower gel, like random things that you get at a supermarket, dog food, as well as like actual food for meals. So that comes out of food category. Water is £28 in total, which means it's £14 each, which I'll pop across. Gas and electric, don't even get me started. Gas and electric for us is, imagine that, is £92 each. So for, both our gas and electric, I think it's like £184 or something like that. So £92 each, which just is insane. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys that have got worse out there as well. Our home insurance is pretty cheap, so it's only £10 a month. Our joint life insurance is £14 a month each. And then our internet's rubbish at the moment. But it only costs us £20 a month, so yeah, that's where we are with that. £10 each. TV license, we actually don't pay TV license because we don't have it, like we don't have Freeview. I don't know why, we just don't have it. Like the wires don't like work or anything, and we just don't watch telly really. Honestly, we literally just watch YouTube and Netflix. I haven't watched like BBC or anything like that since we lived here, so we haven't signed up for the TV license, and I don't think we need to. So TV license is none for us at the moment, but obviously if you do watch telly, you need to pay your TV licence. Our council tax bill, so this month for some reason it was £99 each, but thereafter it's actually going to go down to £91. I'm not sure why they charged us extra, but they just charged us slightly extra this month. So yeah, in total obviously it's double this amount. And our childcare bill, so this is, we get 20% off of our childcare bill up to a capped amount because we both work, so we get the tax-free childcare. So after the tax-free element is taken off, I think the total bill is like 900 and something, but because we get that 20% like knocked off, we get a contribution every single month from the government. We pay each into the account, we pay £396 each. £396 each, and then like I said, we get that top up from the government to contribute towards the final bill. So yeah, that's how much we put in each. We also have Office 365, which I think is like £8 a month, so £4 each, and then we also use Spotify for podcasts and music and stuff, and that's £7 each. So our total amount in September was £1,336 each, and then it's going to go down ever so slightly to £1,328 each into the joint account every single month. So that's like living joint account expenses. Obviously, I have other expenses as well, like car insurance, and I pay that from my personal account with my car. So that is it's £38.52 a month. And that's going to stay the same until December. My car insurance actually renews in January, so that's quite helpful for this sake. Petrol, I'm going to put about £75 a month. I don't drive around loads. I do like trips to nursery and like around town, and sometimes to like occasional other towns and stuff like that, but £75 is roughly what I would spend on fuel, so I'm just going to put that. My AA breakdown cover is £10 a month, so I'm going to drag that across. And then I have started this new job, so in September I'm going to put this as, actually it's like 40, it was like £40 because, no, £45, sorry, because I only had to do it for one day in September, but going from October onwards, I will have to have 4 days in the office a month, so that's like 1 day a week, and the commute is basically going to cost me like £45, and that's including parking at a station, and then the train fare, and then the tube on top. So all of those things in total for 4 days a week is going to cost me £180. So you see at the bottom here, I've done my monthly income and then my monthly expenses, which you can see I've done a little sum here, which means it's this amount, which is my expenses that go into the joint account, plus my travel costs, and that is what it equals here. So this month it was £1,504. Next month it's going to be £1,631, and then this is the amount I have left over at the end of the month, technically to do like whatever I want to do. And to be honest, normally those kind of things are like if I'm popping to the shop to get a pair of pajamas for George because he's grown into he hasn't got any pajamas left, he's grown into his new size, or something like that, I'll just quickly grab, and it's so easy for that £200 or £100 to go. And I'm sure you guys can relate, the little things that you do really do add up. So I try to allocate this money sensibly where I can. But leaving that for 1 second, I'm then going to move on to the other side of the spreadsheet, where you can see this is my savings, but also it's not just savings, because it's I've also got here my nice to haves, and those are things, I guess, that any leftover money that I have, anything that I want to get that month but is not a priority, it's not an essential. This is where my side hustle comes in. So basically, if I wanted to do any of these things, yeah, I'll have some leftover money from my income to do some nice to have things and maybe put a little bit away, but it wouldn't be anywhere near as much unless I had this side hustle, which I'm so incredibly grateful for. And I'm so glad that I started doing this a couple of years ago, so that I'm now at a point where I can pay myself from my side hustle, and it's actually almost as much as my salary, which is awesome. So at the moment I'm giving myself £1,500 from my side hustle, so I'm just going to drag that across because that's going to continue hopefully until December. So assuming that I can pay myself that much every single month, that is what I've got to play with for savings and nice to haves and gifts and presents and Christmas and all that stuff. Moving on to saving. So these are the priority things that I want to be saving towards. And I actually have an app called Hyperjar that I use to have separate different pots, one for Christmas, one for birthdays, one for car maintenance, one for car insurance, one for George's clothes, one for a holiday, one for house stuff, and one for a kitchen extension. Things have come up, like a car breaking down, for example. Yep, my car broke down, as I'm sure you guys know if you watch my channel. So the money that I had saved for car maintenance and other things has gone towards hopefully fixing that, and then I will sell it. But in the meantime, I've had to get a loan out from the bank to buy a new car, which still hasn't actually come through yet, but when it does come through, I'll get a new car and then eventually sell my old car and put the money that I get from my old car towards the loan. At the moment, it's just we're in a little bit of limbo. So we're just gonna start off on the savings section. And for Christmas, I'm still gonna try and put away £100 a month for Christmas. Like I said, I've already got a little bit of money in my Christmas jar. It's not just for Christmas presents, we need to buy a new Christmas tree, for example. So those kind of things are big expenses. So yeah, I'm still going to be putting money away for Christmas all the way up until December. Birthdays, I'm going to be trying to put away £100 as well. These are all birthdays. So obviously my mum, my partner, my child who's just had a birthday actually, so he's rinsed the birthday jar on Hyperjar. Everyone that I know and love, any of their birthday gifts would come out of this pot, because let's face it, once you become an adult, you're there's a birthday every single month, isn't there? So I like having a little pot just so that I can dip in, and it's like a surprise. If you've got 2 birthdays in 1 month or something, it's not a surprise when you've got to dip into that pot. Car maintenance, I think I'm just going to put £20, because generally you shouldn't have to pay out £2,000 on a car like I'm having to at the moment. So I'm just going to continue to do £20 a month, and the same for car insurance. The reason I'm putting car insurance is because at the moment I pay monthly and I'd like to pay yearly. So I'm just putting a few quid a month every single month away into a pot or a jar on Hyperjar, and yeah, I can just dip into that pot when it comes to renewing my car insurance. My loan repayment is 0 for September because I haven't got it yet. It's coming through in October. this is where the money's going to go, because like I said, I said this a lot in my previous videos, I really didn't want to get this loan out, and obviously I'm lucky enough to have a good amount of money on my side hustle, and I want to repay this loan as soon as possible. So I'm going to be putting £1,000 a month towards this loan repayment. Obviously that's £3,000 by the end of the year, and like I said, hopefully by the time my car's fixed, I can get a decent amount of money for it, and then I can put all the money that I earn from that car towards repaying the loan. So fingers crossed, by 2023, that £10,000 loan that I'm actually getting out from the bank is going to be almost repaid. So fingers crossed that carries on and everything. Then moving on to George's clothes, I'm just going to put, again, like £20 a month away for that, because he's actually just got a load of new clothes anyway. But when it comes to like buying new clothes, it all happens at once. He goes up a shoe size, he goes up like clothes size, he needs a coat, he needs like shorts, like whatever it might be for the seasons. So I like putting away a little bit of money every month so that when it comes to buying clothes, I can just dip into that pot and it's just nice and easy. And then for holiday, we've got a holiday booked with family away in the UK in a couple, when is it? I think it's in like April time, like around Easter. And we're going to be putting money towards that basically. So the holiday, I believe it's like £52 next month, and then £104 the following month. I need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure that is roughly how much it is, like in that split, like half and half between me and Ash. We're going away to this like really nice place in Wales, like a massive house, and we're all paying a little bit of money towards it, and it's going to be really nice because we're going away with the kids and stuff. So that's what we're doing, but I know that I've got to put that money away so that when it comes to paying in, I think it's like 2023, I think it's like February or something, I know that I've got like that money there. Then obviously you guys know we've moved house, and when you move house you have to buy like new furniture, like you want to like decorate and you want to, or maybe paint or something like that. So there's all of this stuff that sort of comes at a little price tag. This month, or sorry, September, I've only spent about £50 on like that kind of stuff, but I did put away about £1,000 because I didn't have the new loan for the car. I did put about £1,000 away towards a kitchen extension, because that is like the big thing that we want to do at some point, but it costs so lot of money, guys. I didn't realise, I thought it'd be about £10,000 to do a kitchen extension. I had no idea. So yeah, we're just putting away bit by bit where we can. I'm just lucky enough that I've got this supplementary income to hopefully get there a little bit sooner than we might have otherwise. But yeah, so I've put that away. But obviously with my new car loan, I won't be able to do that for the kitchen extension for the foreseeable. So I think I'll probably be able to put about £100 a month away for it, which better than nothing. I'll continue to do that until my loan has paid off, and then I'll ramp it up again for the kitchen extension. Home decor stuff, I think, again, it'll probably have to take a back seat for when it comes to like repaying this loan. So I think I'm just probably put it at 0 for now. Then we move on to the nice to haves. Obviously, like I said, these are nice to haves. These are not essentials, and if I had to cut them out, I absolutely would. Obviously, I'd quite like to have some of these things, but like I said, it's just really not the priority right now. So I know that if, like, say, all of my bills went up, I could just scratch all of these things like immediately. But I do have jars for them over on my Hyperjar app, so I think I'll continue to do that until it becomes an issue, which, to be honest, I can foresee, because everything's going to be going up even more so in the winter. But for now, let's just pop what I think, you know, I'll be putting in every single month. So skincare, I basically spend about £20 a month on skincare. My skincare is quite important to me. Obviously, I just like to have a clean face generally, but also I had hormonal acne and stuff. So I've been using Skin and Me, which is, for me, it's £3.99 a month. I've got like a discount code and stuff that I share with you guys quite regularly on my channel and over on Instagram as well. That is included in this, and then a moisturiser and a cleanser as well. Eating out and takeaway, probably spend about £20 a month. I personally spend about £20 a month, so obviously Ash will like get a takeaway one day and I'll get takeaway another day, or like even if that's getting coffee out or getting a Greggs sausage roll, whatever it might be, in total, like that comes out of there. Then moving down to clothing, I can already see that in my grand total in November and December, I'm in like the minus. So that means I'm either going to have to not contribute towards the kitchen extension, because it's not a massive priority, however it's something that I do want to be saving towards, but I would probably prioritise like days out, like with George and stuff like that, than the kitchen extension in like October, November, December. So I am going to get rid of the kitchen extension stuff and put days out at £50 a month. And the reason for that is October, we want to go pumpkin picking. There's a few things that we want to do like with family and stuff. And then in December, we want to do some like Christmassy stuff. So I would say like £50 a month is probably not too extortionate. We also have the Christmas fund for like a few little activities as well. So we're just going to stick with the £50 a month. But like I said, I want to prioritise that over the kitchen extension because it's not a necessity. Whereas like fun days out with your family, I feel like you can't, like, for me, like that is a priority. So I'm going to put that there. And keeping an eye on this new monthly at the bottom, I will then sort of go from here. Like, let's face it, hair, nails, eyebrows and lashes are completely not the priority. It's a really nice thing to do for yourself, but really, realistically, it's not the priority. Similar with clothing, like I've got enough clothes that fit me. There are some things that I would want to replace. There are some things that I would like, but again, not a necessity. If I've got the money, I will probably put myself maybe like £20 a month. And on months I have less, maybe like 10, and then I wouldn't get myself something every single month, but it's like in a few months, like once you've saved up a few months, you might be able to get yourself some nice new jeans or some shoes or something like that, and like, you know, refresh your wardrobe or whatever like that. So I'm just going to put that for now. When it comes to like hair, nails, brow, I'm actually getting my hair done in October, but I already have some money in my hyperjar pots that I've saved like over the past like a couple of months where I've not had my hair done, and obviously I will get my hair done. Probably get it done maybe like every 4 or 5 months, I would say, if I'm being completely honest. September, I guess, I think I probably put about £20 towards it. October, I'll probably put a similar amount, and then I will probably cut that down because I won't need my hair doing for like a couple of months. So in November, December, I just won't bother. Lashes, I probably will not get lashes until maybe November, December. I probably won't get lashes for a little while just because it shouldn't be a priority for me. So I'm probably just going to leave nails and brows and lashes at the moment blank, just because I'm not entirely sure where that should sit on my priority list. Like, I know it should be right at the bottom, but I don't even know if it should be on here at the moment, to be honest, where I've got so many other things on, like this loan and everything. For like nails and brows, to be honest, I can definitely go out without nails and brows. However, actually, I do have a do-it-yourself nail kit. So if I got myself some new gel, I could probably just do them myself, and that would save me quite a lot of money. So maybe if I know I didn't put any money towards that in September, in October, for example, if I put like £10 towards it, and getting myself like a new couple of colours or something, I could do my nails at home myself. So I'm going to just put £10 towards it in October, and then I won't have to do anything in November and December, which I feel like is a good little saving. Lashes, I did put some money towards my lashes. I think it's maybe £20 or £10. I'll put 20 to be safe, but I don't think I'm going to get my lashes done until maybe December. So if I put like £10 a month in, that will be more than enough to have my lashes done in December. So that is my spreadsheet, guys. That is where all of my money is going. Some of this might seem like a complete waste of money to you guys. Some of this might seem a bit overkill, like putting money towards like car maintenance and stuff like that. But for me, like visualizing my money like this and where everything is going is like essential for keeping myself on track and keeping track of everything. So that is my budget for the rest of 2022. I'm gonna stop the screen recording now, but yeah, please don't forget that you can actually access the spreadsheet that I was just using, actually a more simplified version that I sell over on Etsy, if you wanted to, and I'll link it down below because it is really, really, really helpful for managing your money. Like, I rely on this so heavily. This alongside the app that I mentioned a couple of times, Hyperjar. There's loads of apps out there that do a similar thing, but Hyperjar is completely free. You get your own card that you can use to like actually make payments, like for, say for example, the holiday. If I wanted to like pay out of that, I could just use the card to pay for that. You can use it for anything, and I really rate it. I really do, just because I budget it like this doesn't mean that you have to. I think everyone finds their own way. Everyone does it differently. Everyone's income is so different and everyone's priorities are so different. I think that's really important to say. Just because my priorities are like a kitchen extension and repaying a loan that I had to get out doesn't mean that yours are going to be. So whatever yours are, on the spreadsheet, if you did get it from Etsy, you can basically go in and change all of the lines to suit your priorities. And if you get different incomes, for example, like say for example, I haven't actually put it on there, but we get child benefit for George. I don't put it on my budget because it doesn't go into my bank account. It goes into the joint bank account. And then it goes directly into a ISA that we set up for George when he was born. So his money goes directly into that ISA, and then that's like making interest and stuff for him already. So that's like sort of what we're doing. But again, if you're like using that money to pay for like nappies, formula, school clubs or school uniform, like, and that is exactly what it's there for as well. So you can incorporate those things into the budget if you want it to. I do have a playlist on my channel which is all about like budgeting and money and all that kind of stuff, which I will link down below, and hopefully up here or here. Anyway, I feel like I've rambled enough. I really hope you found this video useful. I definitely found it useful to go through that budget, so thank you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye guys. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.